People enjoy mayhem, especially when it happens to other people. There's definitely a factor of schadenfreude in watching something go terribly wrong to someone else.
Estás por comenzar tu primer semestre en la Universidad Duke y vas manejando un camión de mudanzas. Mientras conduces, ves este cartel y este otro cartel. Entonces, esta señal se ilumina y luego llega el desastre. Estás a punto de tener tus 15 minutos de fama, todo gracias a este hombre.
Hi, I'm Jürgen Henn.
Y él es muy conocido por aquí.
One could say that, yes. I am known as the 11'8" guy around here.
Jürgen y su esposa crearon 11foot8.com.
11'8" website records all the truck crashes that happen here at the 11'8" bridge. That's really all it is. 8 years ago, I set up a camera outside my office here and started recording the traffic that goes under the railroad trestle behind me. Within a few weeks, I recorded a truck crashing into the railroad bridge.
Jürgen ha grabado 113 choques bajo el puente y acumula más de 10 millones de visitas. La mayoría de los puentes de este estado tienen una altura libre de 4.5 metros, pero el puente de 3,5 metros fue construido hace unos 100 años. Gracias a Jürgen, estos choques tienen varios seguidores apasionados.
Our fans are really intensely interested in these crashes and they love to buy souvenirs, a little piece of crash art.
¿Y qué es el arte de choque?
The crash art are bent, mangled pieces of aluminum that usually form the frame of the truck. And the impact crushes that aluminum and kind of twists it in interesting shapes. People who buy the crash art, they love it. For some of them, it's almost like owning a piece of the Berlin Wall.
¿Y por qué la ciudad no levanta las vías del tren o baja el camino?
From the perspective of the city and the state DOT, the low clearance is clearly marked, and it's up to the driver to decide their next move. Structural changes at this intersection would be extremely costly.
Bueno, al menos tenemos estos increíbles videos.
I get no satisfaction out of seeing a new crash. If we found an actual solution to prevent this tomorrow, I'd be all over it. I'd love it.
Ships are magnificent creatures of the sea. Built, designed for the deep waters of the ocean. But once you bring these magnificent creatures to inland waters around the world, they get fairly clumsy.
A ship at sea may travel 3,000 miles in a straight line. But the difficulty happens when you get to port, and that's when the ship pilot takes over. He's essentially like a valet who parks your car. The pilot comes out usually on a small pilot boat, and then they climb up the side of the ship on a small ladder up to the wheelhouse to get the ship into the port.
If it floats, we are capable of moving it.
Here at MPI, we train ship pilots to guide the largest moving objects on the planet. We have traditional classroom training, we have a state-of-the-art ship simulator, and then we have manned model. Although these models may look like toy boats, they're actually precise tools used to mimic the behavior of vessels. If you took a full-size vessel and shrunk it down 25 times, you could get very reliable results.
A human being on our models would be like 1 3/4 inches tall.
The manned models are between 24,000 and 30,000 pounds of weight, and they have 0.4 horsepower. They behave exactly like a ship.
This is real. This is how it's done on board all the ships around the world. Starboard 10 degrees.
Starboard 10.
We surely would not want to practice with a perfectly good ship. and say, well, Captain, we have to drop anchors and simulate broke down engines and steering. So we do that with these vessels. It's a profession that I think, for me, at the top of the maritime field. It's an awesome responsibility and very challenging when I finish and walk down the dock, look back at the ship and say, yes, that was a good challenge.